Hey everyone, what's up? It's me, Andy, and today I'm going to be giving you my Premier League predictions for the 2021-22 season. So it's going to go from relegated clubs all the way to when I predict the champions, and then I'll be giving you who I think will win each award. So without further ado, let's get on with the relegated clubs. 20th, 19th and 18th place, I'm giving to Norwich City, Brentford, and Crystal Palace. Norwich City, I mean, they're a great championship level club. Like, I expect them to, when they go down, go straight back up. Like, that's the caliber they're at. They'll have a good start to the season, but I think after maybe October, they're going to start losing more games and end up finishing 20th place in the Premier League. Brentford, 19th. I mean, they don't really have a main man. I mean, Ivan Toney is their big player. But unfortunately, I don't really think that their whole squad will keep them up. I mean, transfer window is still open, so you know that can help them. But unfortunately, I don't think at this moment in time Brentford will stay up. I think they'll put up a good fight and end up getting relegated around March time, March and April, one of them 2 months. So yeah. Crystal Palace, obviously Roy Hodgson is gone, and Patrick Vieira has taken over as their manager. And I just don't think Patrick Vieira will be good enough as a manager to keep Crystal Palace up. I think he'll get sacked around December time. They'll be very close to 17th and 16th place. Their players will give them a good run, but they won't stay up. 17th and 16th, Southampton and Watford. Southampton, I've decided to put 17th place because they lost their main man, Danny Ings, and just, I mean, Ward-Prowse is still there, but he's been linked with other moves. I mean, there are three, like, players which I see, like, can help them stay up is, Nathan Redmond, Che Adams, and James Ward-Prowse, and I think they will just about, stay up, because I also think Hasenhüttl is a pretty good coach. Watford 16th. Most people have actually predicted them to do the drop, but I see in their squad some good names. Yao Pedro is a good up-and-coming star. You have Troy Deeney, who's alright. You also have Will Hughes and Ismaila Sarr. I think he'll play a big part in keeping Watford up. 15th, they're going with Burnley. Sean Dyche has consistently kept them up solid. And their squad is alright, Nick Pope, and I think they're going to be pretty good with staying up this year. I think 15th is the cut-off area of, like, pointage, and yeah, I think Burnley will stay up. 14th and 13th, they've got Newcastle, Brighton. They're the two clubs that they're just like the two last clubs that I've predicted, and I think Newcastle's slightly better than Brighton, and they have decent names that I think are gonna just keep them in a mid-table position. They're not going to do anything amazing, but they're not going to be in major risk of going down. 12th, I decided to go for my club, Wolves. Nuno Espirito Santos has left, and it's hurt us, I think. We brought in a new manager from the Portuguese league. Honestly, time will tell if he does well. But I think this season we need more signings, and at this current time, I don't think that we're good enough to challenge for Europe. I mean, I'd be happy with a top half of the table finish, but unfortunately, I don't think it will happen. 12th place for Wolves. 11th and 10th, Leeds and West Ham United. Leeds, Marcelo Bielsa, he's a great manager, great coach, but unfortunately, I don't think their squad screams top table for me at this current time. I mean, they're going to pull out some shock results in the season. Trust me, it will happen. I don't think they're going to massively, week in, week out, beat every club convincingly. So I'm going to give them 11th. They're going to have loads of draws and some losses. And West Ham, obviously, David Moyes, amazing getting them Europe. It will distract them, so I'm going to give them a 10th place, middle finish. And not much to say, Europe will distract them and they'll slip down the table to 10th. 9th, I've gone with Everton. Carlo Ancelotti's left them. He's left them with some quality, DCL and James Rodriguez, but Rafa Benitez has come in, and I do not think he's gonna massively do stuff with them. I think he's probably going to get sacked this season. I think they're going to, at some points, even like get slipped down to maybe the 14th-ish places. And I don't think they'll get above 8th in any part of the season. So unfortunately, I'm going to give Everton a 9th place finish, and it could definitely be lower. 8th, Aston Villa. Grealish has left them, but with that Grealish money, they've spent well. They've pinpointed what Grealish gave them, and they've switched it around and they've signed players that can fill what quality Grealish had for them. Like Leon Bailey they signed, which I think is a great signing, and many others. And I think 8th is definitely a stretch, but I don't see any other club below getting that mark. So I'm just gonna give Aston Villa that 8th spot. I think it's gonna be tough between Villa, West Ham, and I'm gonna have to say Everton for that 8th position. 7th, we're getting into Europe. 7th for the UEFA Conference League. I've given to Arsenal. Mikel Arteta hasn't impressed a lot as Arsenal manager. He's not given them that great of finishes, and I don't think he's going to give that good of a finish this season as well. I think this is going to be his last season as the coach. I think they're going to give him the rest of the season and give him a little bye-bye, and he'll be gone by next season. So Arsenal, 7th place for them, and yeah. 6th place, Spurs. Nuno is the new manager, and I don't think they're going to challenge for Champions League at all. I think they'll have an okay start to the season, get 4th from like January, February-ish, then drop down to like 6th, and their chances of Europe will be over by about March. So yeah, Spurs, Harry Kane, if he leaves them, I think Spurs are going to finish 7th and Arsenal finish 6th. But they do have some good players like Sana, obviously, and yeah. 6th for Spurs. 5th, Leicester City. I couldn't see them getting top 4 because the top 4 clubs, they have such a big calibre to them. I don't think Leicester will challenge for top 4 as much as they did for last season. But I think they'll do well enough to finish 5th, and I'm going to feel so bad for them if something like last season happens again, where they are so close to Champions League and then they falter. So 5th place for Leicester, Jamie Vardy, trust him, and yeah. Top 4 was probably the hardest to predict, other than the mid-table cluster of Villa, Everton, West Ham, Leeds and Wolves. And 4th, I've given to Man United. I'm really unsure of how they're going to do this season. I can see them finishing as high as 2nd and as low as 4th. 2nd, 3rd, 4th. I'm just so confused where to put them, but I put Man United 4th. And you know what? I have nothing to say. I don't know. But that is what my head is telling me. Sancho's got in and Varane's come in. I don't know. It depends how good Varane will do. If he does something like Ruben Diaz last season, they can finish 2nd again, but I've given Man United 4th. 3rd, I put Liverpool. Liverpool has Mo Salah, Mane still there, Jota. Their defense is back. Their defense is back to Van Dijk and people like that. And if Alisson can get back to form, they're going to be challenging for the title. But I think 3rd is a reasonable finish for them. I actually don't see them finishing 2nd. I don't know why, but I can see them 3rd. 2nd place. Who will win the title? 1st place, 2nd place. 1st place, Man City. 2nd, Chelsea. I'll talk about them first. Thomas Tuchel is a great boss, but I just look at Man City's squad. They're just, if they can win this title, it's got to be one of the best Premier League teams ever assembled. The thing with Man City though, if they don't sign Kane, they have Gabriel Jesus at striker, Potentially De Bruyne if they play a false 9, but I think, yeah, I do think Man City, their squad is just stupid. Like, come on. Look at them. It's just, they don't even play Sterling that regularly. Come on. I mean, Chelsea, like, their squad doesn't scream amazing, but Tuchel's just, as a boss, he's going to get them some great results. But that is the table, Man City first. And, yeah, come on. Now I'm going to predict the awards. So we're going to start off with Golden Glove. I'm going to give it to Ederson. I don't really know. Top assister is, again, like the Euros when I predicted it, is very hard to predict it. I'm going to give it to Jack Grealish. I think he can definitely assist a bunch of goals. And there's nothing much to comment. I'm just going to give it to Jack Grealish. I'm not sure of who it could be. Golden Boot. Mo Salah, I think, will carry Liverpool to third. I think he'll get Golden Boot. If Kane moves to City, I think he does have a chance of getting Golden Boot as well. But I'm going to give it to Salah at this moment in time. That's what my head is thinking. Young player of the tournament, young player of the season, I'm giving it to Phil Foden. Phil Foden is just, for Man City, he's just amazing. He's just one of the best in the squad. Like, come on. Best player, I'm giving it to Kevin De Bruyne. I don't think he's going to get the most goals for Man City. I don't think he's going to get the most assists for Man City. But he's going to get, like, at least 15 each. De Bruyne, 15 each. Like, 15 assists at least. 15 goals at least. Which is going to be amazing. And De Bruyne is going to win Best Player of the tournament. Best Manager of the season, I'm going to give it to Pep Guardiola. I'm like, thinking about it. I think Pep Guardiola will win it, but I'm going to give a little shout-out mention for Marcelo Bielsa. If he can get, like, break Europe for Leeds or even, like, 8th-ish, he does have a chance of winning it, but I put them 11th, so I don't think Marcelo Bielsa will get it, but a little shout-out to him. But yeah, that's the video, guys. You'll leave a like, subscribe, comment down below your predictions for the season. I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.